How you doing today, folks? My name's Ron Marciani with Top to Bottom Roofing and General Contracting out of Austin. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be utilizing a product called the Sky Boot due to the fact that a customer here that I'm working with has a leak in the SkyLight area. That area here we've identified by doing a water test is coming in right in this general area from the SkyLight. So what we're going to do today is we're going to remove some of the shingles, we're going to remove the top of the SkyLight, and we're going to insert the Sky Boot product. It's a phenomenal product. It's a leak prevention product. It's one of the best products in the market I've seen work with skylights. So what we're going to start doing is we're going to start tearing off the shingles in the area. We did buy a pack of shingles to replace with new rather than use the old ones, but you can use the old ones. We prefer to use new ones to replace it. So what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is take off the top of the SkyLight, and we're going to remove the shingles in the area. When you begin taking off the SkyLight, you'll notice holes around the SkyLight, which are screws that hold this top portion, which is a plate covering the actual dome. So we've gone ahead and we're removing all the screws around the SkyLight so we can lift the SkyLight off. So we've removed all the screws, so we're going to remove this top cover casing from the SkyLight. We'll set that aside, and we're going to remove the dome and the inner dome. And we'll clean that off before we put it back on, and we will reseal this with a sealant. So in our case, for this particular SkyLight repair, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the shingles. I use a flat bar, and I start picking them up around there because when we set the Sky Boot down, it's going to cover a large area to prevent any water damage coming in here. Now we're going to use new shingles. You can use existing shingles. It depends on the age of the shingles. And a pack of shingles is about $29 for the most part. Okay, and we'll pull these out because we're actually going to replace this with new shingles here. But what I'm doing is I'm picking up an area equivalent to about 8 inches aside all the way around the SkyLight. Folks, what you'll find here is this is a typical metal flashing that goes around the SkyLight. This is what you'll find in about 99% of all homes. And what happens is as that gets leaky, you'll see the nails get rusty, and it creates areas of rust. That means water's getting in there, and that's the problem we're going to resolve. We're going to get rid of this flashing, and we're going to replace it with a Sky Boot. Now again, the Sky Boot is a polyurea product. It has UV protection, water protection, serves the purposes for what we need and replaces the need for this flashing. So now that we've removed all the shingles in this general area and we removed the old flashing, the failing flashing, you'll see the area is nice and clean. You want to make sure either nails are removed or tacked down. Like for example, this particular staple, we're going to pull it out. We want a nice clean, smooth surface for the Sky Boot. Okay. And what we're going to do is, and this Sky Boot was custom made to fit this particular 25 by 25 SkyLight. And if you notice on the Sky Boot, we have a particular means of putting this on. These are rain deflectors. And what they do is as the rain's coming down, it's going to deflect it. But this thing just fits right over the Sky Boot, nice and neat. It fits right over it as such. And what we're going to do is we're going to begin installing our shingles back over top of this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is after we put the Sky Boot on is we're going to create this lip seal, and we're going to tack it down. You can use staples or you can use roofing nails. Either will work. And we'll go around and tack this lip seal down. Okay, what you'll see, folks, up here is we're going to have this area covered with shingles. Okay, the shingles will go over top of this. When we nail into the polyurea Sky Boot, those nails will be sealed in so they won't pop out. Down here, we're going to leave it open. The reason being is water's going to run down, and we want it to run off or out of the area. Additionally, you'll see there's a trough here with a little ledge. If water were to get here, it would have to go up this lip, and then it's troughed down again off the roof. So here we're going to start installing the shingles back over. It's okay to have a gap here, and you'll see this is going to be open here. So we'll run our shingles up, and we'll run them over.
Nailing through it.
We're going to nail right through it. Okay, folks, we put up all the shingles around the SkyLight, and we put up the SkyLight base frame, and it fits real nice and snug, as you can see. And now we'll put the domes on and the SkyLight cover. Folks, what you'll see here, this is the next door neighbor's skylight to the one we just repaired. This is a classic example of what most people end up doing, and this particular caulking ends up breaking down. It deteriorates into the metal, and you're going to wind up with leaks. It's just a really poor way of having to approach it, and you're going to constantly go back year after year and try and muck this up. But with the Sky Boot, you're going to be assured not to have any leaks. Presents a typical rainstorm, and you'll see how the water's diverted away from the skylight. That's a little heavy. That's almost like a tornado or a hurricane. But you can see how it pulls and it's being shot off to the sides. And that's a considerable heavy rainstorm, and you can see, I'm going to back it down a little bit. You can see how a light rainstorm would treat it. And see how the water's running right off? Those two fins divert it away from the skylight. So ladies and gentlemen, we've just finished the installation of the Sky Boot, replacing the shingles, and we've done a water test and everything's tight, no leaks. The Sky Boot has come through for us all in about an hour and 10 minutes time, an hour and a half with setup time. Again, use the Sky Boot, it'll solve your skylight problems.